Alright, so what I'm doing here is a postural assessment, and the reason we do this is so we can establish the starting point of our clients, especially, which is crucial if they're carrying any injuries or pain in the neck or the back or anywhere in the body for that reason. So I'm going to show you 3 of the common assessments that we would use with our clients to find out their starting point. So I'm going to get Rosie to stand side on to me, and I'm going to take a measurement of her rib angle of her first rib. And I've got a little instrument here that will give me an angle of degrees that tells me whether or not Rosie's in an ideal posture or a posture that needs to be corrected. And I'll show you in a second the angle of that I've found. So this would be an example of a rib cage angle where it's quite a good posture. This would indicate a poor posture, and you can see here the needles move to quite a steep angle of degrees. So this angle is what we would record, and we would be trying to improve someone's ribs so that their chest aligns itself much more in an ideal fashion. And that's our exercise program will be designed around to improving that. Alright, so here's our second assessment tool, which is the same caliper that we use, and this time I'm going to measure the angle of her pelvic tilt. So we find the pelvic tilt is a crucial one in any of the injuries in the back and lower limbs, but also can stem up to the injuries of the shoulder as well. And this is commonly that we'll find steep angles of degrees in the females and not enough angle of degrees in the males. So to find out where we are, we need to do a measurement. So I'm going to get Rosie to face the camera again. And again, prior to before, we've made marks on Rosie's measurements here, where I'm going to get the angle of her pelvis. And then depending on what the measurement tells me, is what exercise program I would use. Okay, so the last assessment I'm going to show you is for forward head posture, which is a great measuring tool for someone who's like an office worker or sits behind a steering wheel like a truck driver. And we'll find these clients have severe neck pain and all sorts of problems through the shoulder. So this tool gives us a great starting point on where we need to work with their program. So I'm going to show you how we do it. Alright, so if I get Rosie to stand here, and on this measuring tool I have like a little spirit level, which I'll show you in a second, and it'll give me an exact measurement of how far her head sits forward of her posture, of her spine, and then I can design my program around that to improve that position. Okay, so here's the measurement that we just took on Rosie's forward head posture, which is 2.5 centimetres, which indicates that she's in the ideal range for what we would want to work with. So she's not someone that we would find that to be an extreme case of forward head. For someone that does have that indicated, we quite often see with the IT people, be somewhere around about here. We've had anyone as much, we've had one client about 8 centimetres forward, and that puts significant strain on the neck and the shoulder complex. And we would have to design a program around that to try and improve that significantly and bring that client back to somewhere where Rosie was, which is around about 2 to 3 centimetres.